Good morning and welcome to Laurel Highlands High School Mustang Field. Time for high school boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. South Union Township Sports Network coverage, a joint cooperative venture featuring township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Armstrong Cable, Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Now going to turn it over to our public address announcer Jason Taylor for the lineups and the anthem.
Good morning and welcome to Mustang Field here on the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School. For today's Fayette County Coaches Association tournament. In the first game, we have a matchup between the visiting Uniontown Red Raiders and your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Red Raiders. The Red Raiders are led by head coach Jamie Holland, assistant coach Ted Collins. In goal for the Red Raiders, a junior, number 1, Noah Holland. At forward, a sophomore, number 5, Josh Harris. On defense, a sophomore, number 9, Logan Hall. At forward, a junior, number 10, Braylon Woods. On defense, a sophomore, number 11, Ty Harvey. A midfielder, sophomore, number 12, Carson Soltis. A junior defender, number 14, Saul Amizkita. A senior midfielder, number 18, Ethan Roebuck. A junior defender, number 20, Tommy Parisi. Senior defender, number 24, EJ Dolphy. And the senior midfielder, number 30, Nick Smith. And now, your starting lineup for your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Mustangs are led by head coach Alexander Guy and assistant coach James Guy. At forward, a sophomore, number 1, Roman George. In goal for the Mustangs, a junior, number 5, Dan O'Neill. On defense, a sophomore, number 6, Benjamin Anto. A senior forward, number 8, Cole Radcliffe. Midfielder, sophomore, number 16, Jackson Aaron. A senior defender, number 22, Casey Mahoney. A senior defender, number 23, Brody Baker. On defense, a sophomore, number 31, Mason Sisa. A junior midfielder, number 38, Matt Valenci. A sophomore midfielder, number 42, Elliot Moore. And a sophomore midfielder, number 65, Jackson Baker. At this time, we would ask everybody please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Early starts on this Saturday morning. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube live video stream. The South Union Township Sports Network presenting the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Uniontown Red Raiders high school boys soccer. Laurel Highlands 1-1 overall. They're 1-1 in conference play. Alex Guy, their head coach. Uniontown off to an 0-2 start. The Red Raiders have yet to play a conference game. Interesting, both Laurel Highlands and Uniontown 3A programs yet playing in separate conferences for a second straight season. The Mustangs started off the year on Tuesday, a road loss to Thomas Jefferson, 3-0, but they bounced back in a big way, a shutout win over Ringgold on Thursday by a score of 2-0, as the Mustangs evened up their record at 1-1 on the season. Uniontown, on the other hand, we mentioned off to an 0-2 start. They lost a tough overtime game against Bell Vernon on August 26th by a score of 2-1. And then the Red Raiders getting shut out against Alderdice on Thursday night by a score of 5-0. This is the first of a big day of high school soccer, the Fayette County Coaches Tournament over here at Laurel Highlands High School. Traditional tournament, they usually move around to different sites throughout the county area. And Carl Childs with me behind the camera, Jason Taylor, your public address announcer, and we're set to go. The Mustangs in their home reds with white numbers, blue shorts. Uniontown in the away whites, maroon shorts, and maroon numbers. We're just about set to go. I'll let you know the rest of the schedule of some of the matches later on today here on the boys' side. Laurel Highlands girls also playing in this tournament over at Albert Gallatin High School later on today. The next match here at Laurel Highlands will have Beth Center taking on Albert Gallatin at 10. Mustangs come back and play a second game at 11:30 against Southmoreland. Uniontown will play again at 1 o'clock against Albert Gallatin, and then Southmoreland will play Beth Center at 2:30. So a busy day of soccer over here at Mustang Field. We wanted to get this Uniontown-Laurel Highlands rivalry on here for you on the South Union Township Sports Network. So we appreciate you joining us bright and early on this Saturday morning. And Roman George, Daniel O'Neill, Benjamin Ansel, Cole Radcliffe, Jackson Nairn, Casey Mahoney, Brody Baker, Mason Cece, Matt Kolensick, Elliot Bohr, and Jackson Baker, your starting 11 for Laurel Highlands. Noah Holland in goal for Uniontown, Josh Paris, Logan Hall, Braylon Woods, Ty Harvey, Carson Soltis, Saul Mesquita, Ethan Roebuck, Tommy Hariski, E.J. Dolphy, and Nick Smith making up your 11 on the Uniontown side. Mustangs working left to right as we describe it. This being a tournament here at Laurel Highlands, they'll play 35-minute halves instead of 40-minute halves, which you normally see in most high school soccer regulation games. A slight delay here, not sure why. Now we're set to go And the Mustangs control things here from the center circle, and they'll send it down the far side and try to set things up there with Cole Radcliffe. A little deflection back. Elliott Bohr couldn't take control. Now the Uniontown back line will reset as Josh Paris sends it back through center, looking for an outlet pass there to Nick Smith. And now they'll try to reset here from the midfield as Carson Soltis will try to track that one down. But the Mustangs find the ball on the far wing there with Jackson Nairn trying to lead the attack back up there for the Mustangs. Pulling up on the far side over to Radcliffe, centering it back there to Bohr, and then Nairn again trying to chip it into the box here over to Roman George. George able to come up with it there deep in the Uniontown zone. Red Raiders counterattack here with Ty Harvey down the near wing. Harvey settling it down to Ethan Roebuck. Pressure there by Casey Mahoney trying to poke it back in Nairn's direction. Jackson trying to spin it back to favor the Mustangs in a tight battle there with Ty Harvey. And finally Nairn able to win the ball. Back over to Roman George, who played well against Ringgold on Thursday. Deflected back to Radcliffe, who sends it high and wide here on the near side. So just over a minute in, Laurel Highlands and Uniontown. Laurel Highlands has won 35 straight games in this series over Uniontown. The last Red Raider win over the Mustangs occurred back in 2004. So it's been quite some time that Uniontown has been able to knock off Laurel Highlands in a regulation varsity soccer match. Mahoney, a little chip back over to Cece here on the near side. Looking for Elliott Bohr, and off a deflection, Bohr finds the ball there for the Mustangs. Triple teamed and has it taken away there by Josh Paris. So looking up the field there to Ethan Roebuck. Mustangs win it back and settle back there with Matt Kolensik. On the back line now to Brody Baker. Baker resetting. Far side Benjamin Antle, and now Baker again. Coming forward there to Elliott Bohr. Touching it off again on the far wing. That's Jackson Baker. Back again to Nairn. Josh stepping up between defenders. Unable to penetrate inside the 18-yard box. Red Raiders played out here on the near side. It'll be a Mustang throw-in. CC to take it. Into George, back to Mason again. Mason, another Mustang playing two sports here during the fall season, like Daniel O'Neill, also on the Laurel Highlands golf team. And then you have Jackson Nairn, who plays on the Mustang football team. Saw him kicking here last night. He'll put it on goal, where the save is made there by the Red Raider keeper, Noah Holland. Holland back to the top of the 18. Send it back to center, knocked down by Kolensik. And the Red Raiders will poke it forward. And O'Neill will retreat and scoop it up there for the Mustangs, and he'll roll it back out to Kolensik. So Matt Kolensik out of his own zone will send it over to Benjamin Antle. Antle playing with a cast on his right wrist. As Carl, our camera operator, pointed out to me earlier, this is probably one of the few sports that you could probably play with a broken wrist. CC another touch over to Elliott Bohr. Bohr pressured off the ball there by Ty Harvey, and Harvey with control there for the Red Raiders. Playing it back over to E.J. Dolphy. Trying to go crossfield on the far side. Pass intended for Amiskita, who was able to chip it ahead and get a second touch before it's corralled back in by Kolensik. Touch from Bohr, trying to spring Roman George down the near side. George on it in the box. Line drive shot. And Noah Holland making the save there for Uniontown. We remain scoreless. Just under 4 minutes in from Mustang Field. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs on a Saturday morning. And that's be one of the earlier broadcasts we've certainly brought you here on the network over the years. Roman George to take the corner kick. George sends it on the backside, was headed out of play by Uniontown's Tommy Hariski. It'll be a corner on the backside now for the Mustangs, and this time Jackson Baker will take it. Two Bakers in the starting lineup for Laurel Highlands. Younger brother Jackson, a sophomore. And the older brother, Brody, a senior. Brody wearing 23, Jackson wearing 65. Jackson taking this corner kick. Another line drive here on the near side, headed back out there by Ty Harvey. Over to Carson Soltis, who'll play it out off the body of Benjamin Antle. Antle looking to settle. Plays it ahead, but controlled there by Uniontown on the breakout. Ethan Roebuck there had it momentarily before Mason Cece was able to step in again on the Laurel Highlands side. Looking there for Holland. Knocked out of bounds, though, by Uniontown's Ty Harvey. And Roman George will hand it off there to Jackson Nairn will take the throw in over to Cole Radcliffe. Radcliffe back into the box. Radcliffe deep, looking to center. Pulls back up. Radcliffe holding. Now we'll pull it out in front. Play whistle down. They're going to rule it offsides on the backside on that centering attempt there from Cole. Down to 29-40 left here in the first half. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands remaining scoreless. And Noah Holland will go short. And the Red Raiders will try to get it up the field in the direction of Nick Smith. But Benjamin Ansel knocking it back down there again for Laurel Highlands. Controlling it over to Matt Kolensik. Brody Baker another touch. Deflected back and controlled by Ty Harvey. Harvey playing it forward again to Nick Smith. Smith trying to get deep into the corner. Brody Baker there for the Mustangs. Baker, one of the Mustang co-captains, picks up the loose ball. Trying to send it forward, but right to Salah Mesquita on the Uniontown side. Going shoulder to shoulder there with Benjamin Ansel. Ansel again with control. Back to center. Elliott boards on the ball there for the Mustangs. Through ball intended for Cole Radcliffe, who's on it. Radcliffe into the box, shot with the left foot. Knocked down there by the keeper. Holland is able to cover and make the save. So the Mustangs, nice little spring there down the far side. And Radcliffe getting a shot on goal, but Holland up to the challenge there on the Uniontown side. 28-30 left here in the first half. Still scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Uniontown here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Throw-in goes back to O'Neill. Had the clean sheet against Ringgold on Thursday. Elliott Bohr lets it go through. Touch there from Radcliffe. Works back off to his right. Playing it forward again to Noah Holland. Or check that to Roman George. Trying to go into the box with Holland coming out. Jackson Baker now on the far wing. Again to Matt Kolensik. And now Baker again. Another touch from Kolensik over to Elliott Bohr. About 30 yards from goal. Bohr a little one-hopper, and Holland making another save there for Uniontown. Holland will take it back out to the top of the box and boot it back to center. Ethan Roebuck is there, unable to control. Play whistled down. Might have been a handball there on the Mustangs. Red Raiders try to go quickly. Braylon Woods trying to go back down the near wing. Mustangs deflected out. Quick throw in again from Roebuck back to Woods. Woods trying to keep it in play. Unable to do so as the ball goes over the near boundary line and out. Get a couple of subs here early on, and with both of these schools playing 2 games here today, expect a lot of bench management, trying to keep players fresh, especially as we get into the afternoon when conditions will be a little bit warmer for their second matches of the day. And the Mustangs will play match number 2 at 11:30 against Southmoreland. So they'll get about an hour and a half break in between matches here today. There's Braylon Woods back to Mesquita. And now Woods again here on the Uniontown side. Trying to touch it down the far side. Brody Baker on the back line there for the Mustangs trying to knock it down. And now Cole Radcliffe with control. Settling it back to Jackson Nairn. Trying to spring Chase Hall, who just entered the match on the backside. Hall's played well for Laurel Highlands early on in this season as well. Cole Radcliffe in a little battle. Red Raiders win the ball momentarily. There's Braylon Woods trying to break. Ball deflected out. Cole Solarchik also in on the Laurel Highlands side. Seeing his first match action.
Number 10, Chase Hall.
Ball gets pulled in there to Brody Baker, intercepted by Braylon Woods. Off to his left to Logan Hall. Hall coming forward, taken away there by Casey Mahoney. Mahoney touching it ahead, settled back there to Logan DeGia, who just checked in. Back to CC, and now DeGia again. DeGia a little battle there with Josh Paris. And Paris able to win the ball there for Uniontown. Over to Ty Harvey. Centered back out in front. Look out here, and the poke into the back of the net, and Uniontown strikes first. Ethan Roebuck, the opening goal of the game. beating O'Neill at the 25:07 mark of the first half. Roebuck giving Uniontown a 1-0 lead. So surprise, surprise, we mentioned coming in, Laurel Highlands has won 35 straight games in this series over Uniontown. Red Raiders haven't knocked off the Mustangs in 21 years. But Ethan Roebuck trying to change that here today. Ball out on the far side. It'll be Amesquita to take the throw-in. And there to Josh Paris. And the Mustangs will have Casey Mahoney angling it back off here on the near side. Intended for Cece, but played out. It'll be a Uniontown throw-in. So Uniontown, a goal from Ethan Roebuck, has the Red Raiders on top of the Mustangs by a score of 1-0. Ty Harvey now to trigger it in. Over to Braylon Woods. Back to Logan Hall. On the center, knocked down there by Jackson Nairn. Mustangs need to counter. Ball played up to Cole Radcliffe. Radcliffe sending it ahead, but it'll be the keeper Noah Holland who will scoop it up there for Uniontown. Holland on the boot back to center. Controlled there for a moment by Ty Harvey, but the Mustangs win it back with Elliott Bohr. Off to his left to Chase Hall. Back again to Nairn. Now Matt Kolensik on the poke forward. Hall looking for Radcliffe. Red Raiders knock it down. And Tommy Horiski will send it out on the far side where Solarchik will take the throw in here for the Mustangs. Matt Kolensik playing it back there again to Jackson Baker. Red Raiders trying to break out of the midfield. Again played off there to Radcliffe. With Dolphy defending. Radcliffe on the ball. Radcliffe from 20 out. Shot on goal at a one-hopper. Holland makes the save. Had Lucas DeGia bearing down. And now Ty Harvey will break out here on the near side. Outlet pass forward intended for Ethan Roebuck. Mahoney on the backside. And O'Neill will poke it back to center. Red Raiders, though, with control again. Josh Paris forward. Mahoney there again will angle it back. Or Cole Solarchik will set it up the backside there. Back to Chase Hall again. But Braylon Woods there for Uniontown. Pulling it off to Saul Amesquita. Go crossfield here on the near side off of a header that was touched by DeGia. Logan Hall again controlling there for Uniontown. Hall, though, forced to the ground by Cece. DeGia picking it back up. Over to Elliott Bohr. Touch there from Kolensik. And now Nairn pulling it back to Solarchik, who sends it up to Elliott Bohr before it's controlled again by Uniontown's E.J. Dolphy. A little collision here at midfield. Bohr will sidestep a defender looking for help. Mustangs trying to set things up. I think everybody was on the same page, though, in that little send-down. And you sense a little confusion here on the Laurel Highlands side. And Cece, the big collision there with Ty Harvey. DeGia goes down. Foul called here on Uniontown. It'll be a free kick for the Mustangs. With 21:10 left here in the first half. Lone goal scored by Uniontown's Ethan Roebuck at the 25:07 mark of the first half, with the Red Raiders on top of the Mustangs by a score of 1-0. Free kick here for Jackson Nairn. Top of the 18-yard box. Radcliffe knocks it down. Looks to settle. Needs a little help. Radcliffe on the chip on the backside. Threw it over Chase Hall. Hall now trying to retreat. Has Kolensik there to his left. Plays it back down the line to Solarchik. And now back over to Kolensik. Hall trying to reset down the far boundary. Played out by Uniontown's Ty Harvey. Mustangs go quickly on the throw-in. Back into Kolensik. Touched by Solarchik, and this time Amesquita plays it out. Almost 15 minutes in. Again, we're playing 35-minute halves instead of the normal 40 here today, with a number of matches being played here on site at Laurel Highlands. Mustangs take another quick throw in there to Elliott Bohr. Bohr tripped up. We'll get a foul called just outside the 18-yard box. It'll be a free kick here for the Mustangs. A prime scoring opportunity. 19:50 left here in the first half. A little line drive, and that one deflected high. Another corner here for the Mustangs. Or maybe not. They're going to say that was last touch by Laurel Highlands. Going out, a little confusion here from the officials. Now they're going to give the corner back to the Mustangs. And they'll reset again with Chase Hall. To Hall taking the corner. High lob here on the near side. DeGia trying to knock it down. And Mesquita playing it high. Ball comes back over to DeGia. That's the Red Raiders with the control there. Ethan Roebuck. Roebuck working out of his own zone. Has Braylon Woods breaking down the near wing, but just sends it in the direction of the Mustang keeper, Daniel O'Neill, who'll scoop it up. Playing it back out to Cole Solarchik. And get it back there to Chase Hall. Both Solarchik and Hall on that far side as Amesquita heads it out of play there for Uniontown. Down to 18:28 left here in the first half. Uniontown on a goal by Ethan Roebuck, leading Laurel Highlands 1-0. And the Mustangs entered play today 1-1. Uniontown 0-2, losses to Bell Vernon and Alderdice. Mustangs dropped their opener to Thomas Jefferson 3-0 and shut out Ringgold here on Tuesday by a score of 2-0. Another crosser out in front. DeGia there, couldn't find the ball. Lucas, though, still fighting. But Uniontown able to pick it up and play it forward there again to Ethan Roebuck, running into Cece. Deflected back again to Lucas DeGia. DeGia's seen a lot of the ball today, and at midfield has it off of Ethan Roebuck going out, where Mason Cece will take another throw in there for the Mustangs. Mahoney playing it up the field. Radcliffe trying to chase it down. Radcliffe into the box, ties the match. What a blast there from Cole Radcliffe here at the 17:28 mark of the first half to knot this one up at 1. Radcliffe, who played well on Thursday against Ringgold, has things knotted up now with 17:28 left here in the first half. Boy, Laurel Highlands needed that for a little momentum swing in this match. Uniontown will get things started again. Red Raiders trying to set it back up there. Dean Kuna seeing his first match action, wearing number 13. Cole Radcliffe here on the near side has it taken away that time by Uniontown's Tommy Hariski. Trying to set it up to Roebuck, intercepted by Casey Mahoney. Back to Jackson Nairn. Nairn a little sidestep, looking for Kolensik. Controlled by Braylon Woods. Woods holding. Little poke forward. Up there to Ethan Roebuck. Now Ty Harvey. Back down the near wing again to Nick Smith. Lobbed into the box. Red Raiders had Ryan Sinal down there. Sinal had just entered during the last switch. The roster number's healthy for both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands this year. Always good to see as youth soccer continues to grow in the area. Of course, over the last couple of years, the new South Union Township Rec Center certainly has helped some youth development. And a one-hopper on goal there from Braylon Woods, scooped back up by O'Neill. Daniel will send it out on the far side. Red Raiders a quick header back. Kolensik there for the Mustangs. Over to Jackson Baker. I checked that was Brody Baker back there. CC to Roman George. Near side again to Cole Radcliffe trying to spin ahead down the near boundary. Sent out by Tommy Hariski. Will be a Mustang throw. And again, another change here on the Laurel Highlands side as CC checks out and Ben Antle back into the match here for the Mustangs. In Uniontown's second match today will be against Albert Gallatin at 1 o'clock. We mentioned Laurel Highlands playing Southmoreland at 11:30. So both of these teams busy on this final Saturday of August, Labor Day weekend. Roman George will hand it off here to Jackson Nairn to take the throw-in. Mentioned the last Uniontown win in this series back in 2004. Red Raiders knocked off the Mustangs in a non-conference game 2-1. Back then there was only 3 soccer classifications. 3A was the biggest. Uniontown played in 3A, Laurel Highlands in 2A. And that Laurel Highlands team, in fact, made the WPIAL playoffs, lost to South Park in the first round. Uniontown missed out on the playoffs, even though they knocked off the Mustangs in the regular season. Noah Holland, the Uniontown keeper, with the ball right now. We're down to 14:29 left here in the first half. Red Raiders and the Mustangs tied at 1. Noah Holland sending it out. Now the Red Raiders try to break here. Ethan Roebuck off to his right, a little give and go. Roebuck getting it back and deflected wide of O'Neal here on the near side. Will be a Uniontown corner kick. As the Red Raiders trying to retake the lead, Ethan Roebuck scored first for Uniontown at the 25:07 mark. Cole Radcliffe came back with the equalizer at the 17:28 mark to tie this match at 1. Up top, Red Raiders, good ball movement. Look out here, Braylon Woods. Low shot, got by O'Neal into the back of the net. So Braylon Woods giving Uniontown the lead back, now at 2-1. Red Raiders coming to play today. The goal coming here at the 13:28 mark of the first half. Mustangs did not get the wake-up call this morning. And Uniontown up a goal here with 13:28 left in the first half. Cole Radcliffe will get things restarted here for Laurel Highlands. Up to Chase Hall. Back again to Kolensik. Now Brody Baker. Hall again, another touch. Collision on the far side. Jackson Baker finds the ball. Pressure there again by Woods. And Woods has been all over the ball here on the Uniontown side. Credit his strong play early on. Ball get angled off. It'll be a Uniontown throw-in. Nick Smith will take this throw-in for Uniontown. Smith sends it into Woods. Woods comes forward. Went through Nairn. Red Raiders find the ball again. Ethan Roebuck playing it back there to Ty Harvey. Woods and Radcliffe there for their respective teams. And Cole able to find the ball that time. He went down, no foul called. We play on as Josh Paris picks it up there for Uniontown. Played back by Cole Solarczyk. Out of play as we go under 12 minutes left here in the first half. Red Raiders a 2-1 lead over Laurel Highlands. And one poked out by Elliott Bohr. Our next soccer broadcast here on the South Union Township Sports Network will be a week from Monday. Have the Laurel Highlands girls in action against Uniontown, 7 o'clock start here at Mustang Field on September the 8th. Both the LH boys and girls away for all of next week. No home matches here at Mustang Field. Ben Antle there for Laurel Highlands. Tommy Hariski there defending for Uniontown. Tommy sending it off the field. Casey Mahoney, nice little body there, and Ethan Roebuck trying to win the ball back. Red Raiders, though, pick it up there with Ty Harvey. Ben Antle went down. Elliott Bohr battling back for the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands down a goal with the ball. Chase Hall. Forward again to Radcliffe. Lost the handle. Radcliffe trying to get back into the play. Retakes it away from Josh Harris and blasts it wide here on the near side. It'll be a goal kick for Uniontown. We approach the 10-minute mark of this first half. Bright and early on a Saturday morning. Competitive match, though, so far with Uniontown up a goal at 2-1. These two schools played only once last year, and it wasn't close at all. Laurel Highlands shut out Uniontown 8-0. That's why this result we've seen so far, as things stand, so surprising. Also considering the fact that Laurel Highlands coming off a win over a very good Ringgold team on Thursday. Uniontown 0-2, but they were very competitive, especially against Bell Vernon, where they lost in overtime in their opener. They're a much improved team here in 2025. Again, trying to end a 35-game losing streak in this series against Laurel Highlands dating back to 2004. Noah Holland on the near side here to Nick Smith. Over to Braylon Woods. Angled back over to Amesquita. Now Noah Holland again. CC picks it up. And not much going on there for Laurel Highlands on the attack. Radcliffe taken away there by Ty Harvey. Kalensic there again for the Mustangs. Touched again by Hall. And down on the far boundary, I believe that's Jet Yager. And there on the Laurel Highlands side, wearing 21, had just entered. Yes, Yager is into the match. Ian Roderick also in on the Uniontown side, wearing number 7. And you'll see a lot of substitutions here today with both of these schools playing 2 matches. Mustangs playing Southmoreland at 11:30. And Uniontown will have a match against Albert Gallatin at 1 o'clock. Foul call there on the Mustangs, so Uniontown will get a free kick with 8 minutes left here in the first half. Played back to Nick Smith. And now Casey Mahoney out of his own zone. Mahoney down the near boundary, battling with Josh Paris. Then Ethan Roebuck takes it away there for Uniontown. Back forward again to Ian Roderick. I mentioned Roderick just entered on the Uniontown side. Now the play whistled down. Got a foul call here in the Mustangs. Free kick for Uniontown with 7:22 left before halftime. And Ethan Roebuck, the opening goal of the match, scored for Uniontown at the 25:07 mark. Radcliffe coming back for Laurel Highlands, a goal at the 17:28 mark. And then Woods for Uniontown, giving the Red Raiders a 2-1 lead at the 13:28 mark. And that's where we stand right now. And Woods back on the ball again for the Red Raiders. Woods in traffic. And Woods kind of getting bounced around there. Another foul called here on Laurel Highlands. Prime scoring opportunity here for Uniontown again. Woods will put it down here about 32 yards from goal. Now Woods will get ready here for the run-up. And Uniontown a 2-1 lead. Woods line drive out in front off a deflection. O'Neal able to pick up the loose ball. And you've not seen quite the energy on the Laurel Highlands side that we saw on Thursday night here against Ringgold. And I have to think the game prep a lot different for an 8:30 start than it is for a 7:30 p.m. game. Basically roll out of bed, hey, let's go play soccer. That's pretty much the way it was for us today, too. Get out of bed, come over to the field to do the game. That one played ahead by Elliott Bohr. Will roll back there to Noah Holland, who will send it back out to center. It's been a fun match to watch so far. 5:33 left before halftime. Uniontown up a goal at 2-1. Jackson Nairn trying to poke it out. Deflecting over to Elliott Bohr. There's Braylon Woods again in traffic. Bohr trying to reverse it back, and Bohr on the ball there again for Laurel Highlands, but able to play it forward. The Mustangs have really been shut down on that Uniontown back line. They haven't had too many opportunities. They're on Noah Holland so far in this match. Again, have to thank the Laurel Highlands soccer boosters for taking care of us up here in the press box, always making sure we're well fed and hydrated during our matches. The ball getting rolled out here on the near side for Uniontown. Back up to Ty Harvey. Headed along there by Ethan Roebuck. And Casey Mahoney there again for the Mustangs. Up to Bohr. Zach Rozelle also into the match on the Laurel Highlands side, wearing number 4. We have 4:16 left before halftime. Nairn back again to Cece. Down to Yager on that backside. And chipped out of play by Logan Hall of Uniontown. A few more changes. We've certainly seen more substitutions here today than you typically see with these two teams playing a doubleheader here today. In traffic, Radcliffe finding the ball, a little one-hopper towards Noah Holland, who's there at the cover again. And our match coverage being brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the Laurel Highlands Boys Soccer Boosters, and South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs behind the camera. Jason Taylor's your public address announcer here today. And we're under 3 minutes left here in the first half with Uniontown leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 2-1. Ty Harvey down the near side. Ben Antle chips it out of play, but Uniontown will keep control. And Nick Smith will lob it back in there again to Ty Harvey. Nairn there, poking it down to Zach Rozelle, trying to play it off to his left to Chase Hall. Uniontown's Dean Kuna, though, there again. Over to Logan Hall and sent out into the Mustang bench.
Now playing for the Rangers, number 13, Dean Kuna.
2:14 left before halftime. Braylon Woods there again for Uniontown. Over to Kuna. Picked up by Radcliffe. Back to Hall. And now Jackson Nairn again. Nairn played in that Laurel Highlands football game last night. Mustangs victorious by a score of 12-7 over Ambridge. Now a foul called here with 1:41 left in the first half. It'll be on the Mustangs. A free kick here for Uniontown. They'll just go short. Over to Nick Smith, back to Braylon Woods again. Draws the double team, and Jackson Nairn looking for the loose ball. They'll call a foul here on Woods, who impeded the progress. Nairn goes quickly down the field to Radcliffe between defenders. Cole trying to come forward, heads it, but a little bit too far. Unable to play it back out in front. But the Mustangs drew it up well. As Radcliffe looking there for the equalizer on the Laurel Highlands side. And we'll go back to Noah Holland, the Uniontown keeper. We're down to 55 seconds left before halftime. Roman George back into the Laurel Highlands side, replacing Zach Rozelle. Uniontown still on top, 2-1. See how aggressive they get. Just goes back to Mason Cece, who has it taken away. 3-on-3 coming back here for Uniontown. Deflected off of Ethan Roebuck. Cece trying to win it back. Battle there with Dean Kuna. 20 seconds left in the half. Red Raiders stay on it there with Logan Hall. Nairn took him down. We play on. Chase Hall finds it there for Laurel Highlands. Down to 8 seconds left. I'll pretty much do it here for the first half, and we'll go to the locker room with Uniontown leading Laurel Highlands 2-1, trying to snap a Mustang 35-game win streak in this series over the Red Raiders. So 2-1, Uniontown over Laurel Highlands. Recap the first half numbers for you in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
You don't fix what's not broken. That's true. You don't replace what is working well. Jason Scott is doing a good job working as South Union Township Supervisor. Jason Scott utilizes his skills on a daily basis in the Township office. Whether repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is out there working for you all day, every day. Let's keep experience and integrity in the Township. Keep Jason Scott, full-time South Union Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Hello, this is Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm today for your free consultation. Remember, the insurance companies are not on your side. We will personally come out and meet with you. Call us at 724-437-2799. We have helped people like you recover millions of dollars. You will not pay anything until we win your case. We will fight for you.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Rate Lock is States.
Halftime here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands High School. The Uniontown Red Raiders a 2-1 halftime lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Uniontown getting the scoring started with a goal by Ethan Roebuck at the 25:07 mark of the first half. Cole Radcliffe coming back to knot things up at one of the 17:28 mark, and then Braylon Woods giving Uniontown the go-ahead goal at the 13:28 mark, and that's where we stand here at halftime. Uniontown 2, Laurel Highlands 1. We mentioned earlier, Laurel Highlands has won 35 straight games in this series over Uniontown. Last Red Raider win back in 2004. Red Raiders trying to change that here this morning. Just a shorter halftime, 7-minute halftime instead of the typical 10, with both of these schools playing multiple games here today. In fact, Uniontown will play Albert Gallatin at 1. Laurel Highlands will play Southmoreland at 11:30 this morning. And we're back with second half match action right after this. Uniontown 2, Laurel Highlands 1 here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown is a proud supporter of youth sports. Smith Lewis Chess was established in November of 1988 with offices in Uniontown and Indiana, PA. Their firm was established with professionals capable of providing a diversified range of services with a commitment to quality control and at the same time providing opportunities for their employees to experience interesting and rewarding careers. Contact Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown today. They are located at 670 Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown. Phone 724-438-7088. That's 724-438-7088 for Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown.
This is Dr. Alyssa Lorenz of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Common issues like difficulty with swallowing, frequent heartburn, recurrent abdominal pain, bowel habit problems, and rectal bleeding are often easily diagnosed and treated. Dr. Calabrese, Stokes, Hoppy, and I are local gastroenterologists that are here to help. For more information, call our Uniontown office at 724-437-7677.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500. If it's time for a change in decor at your home, let the trained staff at Chesler's Fine Furniture work their magic. The August store-wide furniture clearance is going on now. There are no gimmicks involved, just great values and old-fashioned service. Chesler's offers the finest in name-brand furnishings by famous makers, plus accent pieces and wall decor that will underline your unique sense of style. You'll find items such as genuine Lazy Boy rocker recliners for just $4.29. 5-piece dining sets starting at $5.99. For the family room, there are reclining sofas from $7.99 and up, with matching reclining love seats and recliners. For the formal living room, there are sofas starting at $4.99. Don't forget the bedding department, as all mattress sets are reduced. Every piece of bedroom furniture, every piece of living room furniture and dining room furniture, every piece of furniture at Chesler's will be discounted. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends. Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well. Whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township. Best wishes for a great season from Jason Scott, who would appreciate your vote for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
Back here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands High School ready to start the second half. Laurel Highlands some work to do, down 2-1 against the Uniontown Red Raiders. Again, the lone Mustang goal scored by Cole Radcliffe. Radcliffe playing on the Riverhounds ECNL team along with his team here at Laurel Highlands. Also was the only Mustang player last year named to the all-section team. And has certainly done a nice job to start the season for Laurel Highlands. But how about Ethan Roebuck and Braylon Woods, each getting goals on the Uniontown side as well. Noah Holland just conceding that one goal to Radcliffe, as Uniontown looks for its first win over Laurel Highlands since 2004. That's really hard to believe. 21 years since the Red Raiders have knocked off the Mustangs. I think the players lined up here on the wrong side. They did. You can tell it's early in the morning. So everyone will have to reverse sides here for the second half. Maybe you know it's an early morning game when those kind of things are happening. And we started this match right around 8:30 this morning. Busy day of soccer here at Laurel Highlands. We mentioned the Mustangs will play their second game at 11:30 against Southmoreland. Uniontown will play at 1 o'clock against Albert Gallatin. Here's Jackson Nairn trying to tie things up here early in the second half. A little poke towards goal, and Holland able to make the save. So that didn't take long for the Mustangs to generate another Quick shot on here early on in the second half. There's Mahoney settling it back to Matt Kolensik. Jackson Baker back to Elliott Bohr. Now back in Jackson's direction down on the far side. So Jackson on the right wing. Little chip out in front. Hall is there. And able to track it down, trying to keep it alive, and pokes it back over in Noah Holland's direction. Holland quickly playing it out. Elliott Bohr corralling it down there for the Mustangs. And the Red Raiders clearing it forward. Up to Aaron Smith. First time we've seen Smith in the match for the Red Raiders today. Casey Mahoney back down to Jackson Baker. Baker looking there for Roman George. Off a little deflection. George finding the loose ball. I'll go over the back line and out. The next match being played here at Laurel Highlands today will be Beth Center taking on Albert Gallatin at 10. And the final match of the day will be Southmoreland and Beth Center at 2:30. And again, they're playing 35-minute halves today instead of the normal 40-minute halves, just due to the fact that there's multiple games being played here at the venue today. Jackson Baker on it for the Mustangs. Cross out in front, deflected back. Elliott Bohr trying to find it. Uniontown looking to clear, but Jackson Nairn is there from 35 yards out. His shot got blocked by Logan Conkle. Now spinning back there again is Bohr. Elliott Bohr in the box. Crosser out in front, and another save made there by Holland on the shot attempt by Roman George. With 32:47 left in regulation. Amin Hamid looking for the clear out there for Uniontown. Jackson Nairn there for the Mustangs, over to Jackson Baker. Baker coming ahead. That rush slowed. Controlled by Cece. Over to Nairn. Now Bohr. Over to Roman George. Was barely on sides. And George in the corner. Working his way back towards goal. Crosser out in front. And Jackson Baker couldn't knock it down. The backside was open. But the Mustangs could not take advantage. And it will be a throw-in for Uniontown. Zachary Utz will send it in. Jackson Baker will knock it down. Centered back, out in front. Look out here. Roman George ties the match at 2. So Roman George with a blast there for Laurel Highlands, knotting things up at the 31-38 mark of the second half. I'll bring a little life into the Mustangs. And credit Uniontown. They've played an extremely solid match so far here against Laurel Highlands. Red Raiders getting goals from Braylon Woods and Ethan Roebuck. Cole Radcliffe and Roman George now scored the 2 goals for the Mustangs. And a foul called here at midfield against Laurel Highlands. Actually, they're going to rule it out of play. I thought it was a foul. It was. Justin Haynes will take the free kick here for Uniontown. Haynes sending it forward, headed there by Nairn, off the body of Elliott Bohr. Haynes trying to find it again. Trying to body his way up the field. Haynes knocked down there by Jackson Nairn, over to Elliott Bohr. Bohr sending it off on the far wing, and Jackson Baker on it there for the Mustangs. Baker back into the box, but had it turned away there by Zachary Utz of Uniontown. Mustangs bodied in again to Baker. Settling it off there, Kolensik. Now Jackson Baker again. Up to Mason Cece. Back again to Jackson Nairn. Nairn from 21 yards out sends it wide here on the near side. It being a goal kick here for Holland and the Red Raiders. Send it back towards center. Mustangs trying to battle back, but Red Raiders chip it out. That's touched by Parker Phillips going out here on the near side. And Chase Hall will take the throw in here for Laurel Highlands. Red Raiders and the Mustangs knotted up at 2. So Hall on the throw in over to Elliott Bohr. His shot attempt got blocked down. Cole Solarczyk looking for the loose ball. It's deflected back up the field again here to Roman George. George low shot on goal and covered there by Holland. I wonder, did Uniontown make a keeper change? Is that Aiden Cole in goal there and not Holland? I believe that is Cole now in goal for Uniontown and not Holland. And you have both of these teams playing multiple matches today. Uniontown with a lot of their second line on the field right now. A little collision there. Chase Hall went down on the Laurel Highlands side. Red Raider down as well. That was Parker Phillips. And Phillips still ailing right now for Uniontown. I think they're going to sub him out. So Phillips will check out here on the Uniontown side with 28:40 left here in regulation. Laurel Highlands will get a corner kick. Wesley Smolinski back in on the Uniontown side. Red Raiders trying to clear. Shot from point-blank range there from Matt Kolensik, covered by Aiden Cole. And Cole on in relief of Noah Holland. Send it back towards center. Goes on the back line to Mahoney. Over to Cole Solarczyk. Jackson Nairn. Up again to Elliott Bohr. Bohr breaking down the far side. A little give and go there with DeGia. Back over to Matt Kolensik. Settled back to Solarczyk. Into Mason Hall. Check that, Chase Hall. Chase to DeGia. DeGia out in front. Ball deflects around and then controlled there by Aiden Cole. So the Mustangs continue to buzz. Again, Uniontown, most of their second line on right now. And trying to preserve some energy playing later on today. I'm still kind of surprised they did that, leading Laurel Highlands 2-1, considering the fact that Uniontown had not knocked off the Mustangs since 2004. And maybe try to keep that first line on and kind of go for a kill shot today. Not the case. Elliott Bohr down to Solarczyk. Solarczyk, a good run here for the Mustangs. Cole trying to stay with it. And the cover there from Aiden Cole again. And 26-23 left in regulation. Michael Abel on the Laurel Highlands side. First time we've seen Michael today. And 26 minutes left here in the second half. DeGia working his way into the box there for Laurel Highlands, got knocked down. We play on. Mahoney a touch there. Going wide of Chase Hall. And then sent out a play here over the near line. Solarczyk takes the throw in. Over to Chase Hall. Played back towards center. Brody Baker will pick it up there for the Mustangs. Deflected back by Uniontown's Eamon Hamid. Nairn, touch from Bohr. Over to Kolensik. Shot from 25. Over the goal. No play on it there for Aiden Cole. Laurel Highlands going to make a keeper change as well, bringing in Colby Downs. As O'Neill will take a seat. Toby Downs, 36. New keeper for the Mustangs. Nairn coming forward. Into the box there, DeGia. And DeGia giving Laurel Highlands a 3-2 lead. Lucas DeGia. Scoring here at the 24-32 mark of the second half. And the Mustangs now go on top 3-2. See a few more changes. As Hamid will check out on the Uniontown side. And Aaron Smith will check back in.
Number 20. Lucas DeGia.
Elliot Bohr trying to come forward. Battle there with Justin Haynes. Play whistled down. It'll be Uniontown ball. Foul called there on the Mustangs. Red Raiders take the free kick.
Also on for the Red Raiders. Number 22.
Jackson Baker finds it.
And number 52. Connor.
Up to Kolensik. Down the far side again to DeGia. Here's DeGia into the box. And a diving stop there from Aiden Cole for Uniontown. And Cole will blast it back towards center. Ben Ansel there for Laurel Highlands. Touch from Kolensik over to Bohr. Far side to Gia. Settled back to Jackson Nairn. Into the box again to Elliot Bohr. Here's DeGia near side Jackson Baker. Jackson Baker, some pretty dribbling. Putting it right on goal. A little juggle and then the cover there from Aiden Cole.
Now in goal for the Mustangs. Number 36. Toby Downs.
Down to 22:55 left here in regulation time. Mustangs 2 second half goals from Roman George and Lucas DeGia. Leading Uniontown now 3-2. Jet Yager down the near side. Yager into the box in the Uniontown zone. Goes into the corner. Yager trying to reset. Centers out in front. Deflected back. Nairn looking for control, but it'll be Jackson Baker corralling it back. Shot from 29, put it off the near post. Baker oh so close to giving Laurel Highlands a 2-goal lead.
Playing for the Mustangs. Number 34. Mike Auble.
A few more changes here. Mahoney will check out for Laurel Highlands. Mason Cece back in. Elliot Bohr also checking out on the Laurel Highlands side. Now the Mustangs looking for a little center here out in front. That was Wyatt Newhouse who just checked into the match. Had an opportunity there in the box for the Mustangs.
Now playing for the Mustangs. Number 44. Wyatt Newhouse.
Quick throw in again, deflected out. Newhouse trying to reload again. And Uniontown again deflecting it out, this time a corner kick. They get put down here by Lucas DeGia. DeGia, little line drive out in front. Nairn looking for the header. Reset back. Jackson Baker, low shot towards goal. Blocked out in front by Wesley Smolinski. And then covered off the deflection by the Uniontown keeper, Aiden Cole. Cole angled over to Aaron Smith down the near side. Taken away by Ben Antle. And sent back ahead by Justin Haynes. Or Michael Abel controls there for Laurel Highlands. On the far side of Wyatt Newhouse. Now Abel again. And Newhouse trying to make his way around Ryan Sinnell. With 2019 left here in the second half. And you look towards section matches for these two schools next week as another one goes out of play there wide of the keeper Aiden Cole. For Laurel Highlands, they'll travel to South Fayette coming up on Thursday. And they'll have away matches at Trinity and at McKeesport the following week. They won't play another home game. We won't see him here again on the South Union Township Sports Network until September the 16th when they host Bethel Park. It's a long stretch of games away from home here for the Mustangs early on in the season. DeGia taking the corner. Nairn there for Laurel Highlands. He'll send it high over Newhouse on the backside. DeGia back on the settle. Over to Jackson Baker. Baker a little sidestep. Into the box. Over to Nairn. He'll fire high and wide on the far side. With 19:08 left in regulation time, Laurel Highlands a 3-2 lead over Uniontown. On the Uniontown side, mentioned the Red Raiders will play Albert Gallatin here at 1 o'clock. They'll host West Mifflin on Thursday at Bill Powers Stadium. And they'll travel to Preston, West Virginia the following week and also have a conference game against Penn Trafford before returning home on September 16th against Greater Latrobe. DeGia again stepping up, sending it wide of Aiden Cole. Be a corner kick here for the Mustangs as DeGia will put it down. With 18:10 left in regulation time. DeGia on the boot. Goes on the backside where it's deflected out by Uniontown's Colton Holmes. You have Jackson Nairn taking the backside corner there for the Mustangs. Nairn will chip out in front. Ball loose in the box. And a shot into the back of the net off the deflection from Jet Yager to extend the Mustangs' lead now to 4-2. So Yager in the middle of a lot of traffic, beating the Uniontown keeper Aiden Cole to extend the Laurel Highlands lead to 4-2. You're at the 17:38 mark of the second half. So we've seen 6 different goals scored in this match by 6 different players. Roebuck and Woods, the goal scorers for Uniontown. Radcliffe, George, DeGia, and Yager on the Laurel Highlands side. And the Mustangs now a little insurance goal, trying to protect their current 35-game series win streak over Uniontown. Opportunity to get it to 36 if they hang on here today. These two schools will play again at the end of September over at Uniontown High School. That'll be a part of a boy-girl doubleheader. Girls will play at 5:30. Boys will play at 7:30. And a doubleheader scheduled for September the 29th. We'll have both of those games for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. So Larchik stepping up. And in the box there to Ethan Yanoski. Sent wide over here to Will Skoronsky. The ball will go over the goal line and out for a goal kick here for Aiden Cole and Uniontown. Get our third keeper change, it looks like, here on the Uniontown side. And that is Lucas Mahalko, number 3. So Mahalko now in goal on the Uniontown side. Holland played the entire first half. Cole came in for the opening 20 minutes or so here in the second half. And now Mahalko in goal, likely to wrap up this match for Uniontown. He'll let that one go wide. Mahalko, only a freshman, good size already, 6'1", 170 pounds. Certainly has to be a goalie Uniontown's probably pretty high on for future seasons. This one played back to center. Spotted down there by Ben Antle. Down the near side of Will Skoronsky. Skoronsky trying to battle in the box, had it taken away by Lucas Cooper on the Uniontown side. Down there along with Parker Phillips. Couple of freshmen battling hard. Mustangs will get a throw in. Ball loose here in the box. It'll get covered by Lucas Mahalko, the Uniontown keeper. You talk about freshmen playing well. How about last night here at Mustang Field? Gabe Senofanti, the Laurel Highlands quarterback, coming on in relief of an injured Noah Lyon, throwing for over 100 yards and a touchdown. And the Mustangs come from behind, 12-7 win over the Ambridge Bridgers. Laurel Highlands really getting banged up last night. And there's a little crosser going wide here for the Mustangs. And Gio Guerriere, their starting running back, also getting injured along with Lyon. Had a couple other guys go down as well last night, but still managed to get the 2-0 on the season. They're back in action Friday night at Southmoreland, taking on the Scotties. We'll have that game both here in the South Union Township Sports Network and on WMBS. Starting with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show at 6, game kicking off at 7 o'clock as the Mustangs look to go to 3-0 on the season. Southmoreland, though, also off to a 2-0 start. Playing well. Some question marks certainly around their program as well at the start of the season, losing their starting quarterback coming in, Anthony Smith, who tried to transfer to Seton LaSalle and is now playing for Fairmont, West Virginia. Got a free kick here for the Mustangs. Lucas DeGia will take it. Of course, the former Southmoreland head coach, Tim Bukowski, now coaching Uniontown. So DeGia will take this free kick with the Mustangs up 4-2 over Uniontown. 13:05 left here in the second half. DeGia sends in the Uniontown wall. Headed around on the far side. Wyatt Newhouse there. Ball deflected out. I think we'll get a corner here from Crosby, France. Get a few more changes. With a lot of these schools playing multiple matches today, we'll see our fair share of second and third teamers seeing some action. Like a primer for section play, and the Mustangs really kind of got thrown into the fire this week with 2 section games. A split, losing to Thomas Jefferson Tuesday, and then bouncing back with a win here at home over Ringgold on Thursday to even up their record at 1-1 on the season, about to go to 2-1 here if they hang on against Uniontown, up 2 goals with just over 12 minutes left here in regulation. There's Wyatt Newhouse on the ball on the far side. Red Raiders trying to pick it back up. Our match coverage brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, And insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. The Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott. Again, our next soccer broadcast here on the network a week from Monday, the Uniontown Laurel Highlands girls game here at 7 o'clock. That will be a section match, even though these two schools' boys soccer teams play in different sections, even though they're in the same classification. The girls are in the same section. It's kind of interesting looking at the boys' alignment. So Uniontown in a 6-team section with Latrobe, Franklin Regional, Penn Trafford, Bell Vernon, and West Mifflin. Yet Laurel Highlands in an 8-team section with Bethel Park, Thomas Jefferson, Trinity, Ringgold, South Fayette, Albert Gallatin, and McKeesport. Now, if you wanted to keep all the local schools together, you could make Section 3 an 8-team section and bring Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin over. Then you have Uniontown, Albert Gallatin, and Laurel Highlands all in the same conference. The way they align AAA for this current cycle, and we're in the second year of the 2-year cycle, was extremely odd. Especially to have the Fayette County schools in different conferences. Hopefully they can fix that during the next go-around. Because it's always nice to see the local schools playing more meaningful games when there's something more on the line. Uniontown last year went 2-13 and 0-10 in conference play. They look much improved, though, for this season. Laurel Highlands last year went 7-9-1 overall and 5-9 in the conference. I think you'll see both programs with improved marks here in 2025. Another change on the Laurel Highlands side. Isaiah Jones seeing his first match action for Laurel Highlands. Another freshman. We have 9:29 left in regulation here. Mustangs up 2 goals at 4-2. Crosby France trying to come into the box. The Mustangs roll that one back to Lucas Mahalko, the third Uniontown keeper the Red Raiders have used here today. Now for a little deflection. Ball played forward by Isaiah Jones. That one will roll out of play. A reminder, if you're watching this match on Breezeline or Armstrong Cable, I'd like to let you know that all the South Union Township Sports Network games and programs now available live online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com, search South Union Television, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. Anytime we go live, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, we'll post the link on the South Union Township Facebook page. You can also subscribe for notifications when we go live on Facebook. We actually try to go live on the South Union Township Sports Network Facebook page today as that ball deflected out in front. And we tried multiple Facebook pages, and Facebook was having a streaming issue today, so that's why we're on YouTube for this match today. But the link's posted everywhere. We try to make it easy for you to find. Of course, as always, I have to thank South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott for allowing us to put these games on for you, along with our friends at Armstrong and Breezeline Cable and CUTV, including Gary Smith, who schedules most of these games for replays during the week. So if you can't catch us live, or maybe you have some family members that can't get onto YouTube or Facebook to watch these games, they're also available on local cable as well on Breezeline and Armstrong. Actually done some live games on cable as well over the last couple of years. Try to make our programs as accessible as possible for you to find. Colton Harper also into the match for the first time on the Laurel Highlands side. And Uniontown looking for a little break back here. They get around Downs, but it's sent wide by Ryan Sinal at a wide open goal.
Now playing for the Mustangs, number 15, Robert Dihana.
Actually, I think it's Michael Kamako now in goal on the Laurel Highlands side.
And number 27, Jude.
So Kamako now in goal, the third keeper that Laurel Highlands has used in this match. We have 6:44 left in regulation. Most of these second and third teamers in for their respective teams here. Again, the Mustangs will play Southmoreland at 11:30 this morning. Uniontown will play Albert Gallatin at 1 o'clock. This is the only televised match, though, we have for you here today on the South Union Township Sports Network. Wanted to get this Uniontown Laurel Highlands rivalry game on for you. 6:05 left here in the second half. And Carl Childs behind the camera. Jason Taylor's your public address announcer. I'm Brian Morozek. And had an early start today. 8:30 start for this match between the Mustangs and the Red Raiders. First of 6 games being played here at the venue today. It'll be a busy day of high school soccer. And seeing some of the teams warming up behind the goals for the next match that'll be played here at the venue. That'll be a matchup between Beth Center and Albert Gallatin. Getting underway as soon as this match wraps up. Scheduled for 10 o'clock. Probably a couple minutes late getting started, and they schedule these games about 90 minutes apart from one another, and they're playing basically 35-minute halves here today. You figure that's 70 minutes of soccer, but you also have halftime and some warm-up time, so you'll generally see these games probably going a little bit past and starting a little bit past their scheduled start times the rest of the day today. And not a lot of high school soccer matches other than the ones being played here at Laurel Highlands. Mentioned Southmoreland and Laurel Highlands at 11:30. Uniontown, Albert Gallatin at 1, and Southmoreland and Beth Center at 2:30. Just a handful of other matches. Bell Vernon taking on Connellsville 12 noon today. That game being played at Bell Vernon. Actually, it says Bell Vernon at Connellsville, but listed under the Bell Vernon tournament. So I'm going to take it that game's on the gold turf up there in Bell Vernon. Their football team last night, the Leopards, falling big to Aliquippa 42-7. Of course, Matt Humbert resigning as the head coach of the Leopards just to concentrate on being the athletic director and spending more time with family. Humbert, a Laurel Highlands grad. 3:39 left here in the second half, 4-2. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. Ethan Roebuck got the scoring started for Uniontown. The 25:07 mark. Cole Radcliffe knotted things up at 1. Braylon Woods gave Uniontown a 2-1 halftime lead, but the Mustangs have come back with 3 unanswered here in the second half. And on a corner kick here, going right to Lucas Mahalko, Roman George, Lucas DeGia, and Jet Yager scoring the second half goals for the Mustangs. And that's where we stand right now at 4-2. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. Red Raiders' Justin Haynes there. Stepping up into the play. Deflected back to Hayden Costello. Going shoulder to shoulder with Mason Gibbs. The ball go out of play with 2:43 to play. Again, we'll thank our sponsors one final time. You've seen them up on the top left and top right-hand corners of your screen throughout the course of the match as well, including Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters, have to thank them as well for always providing us plenty of food and drinks up here in the press box. And South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. And Carl Childs has been behind the camera today. I'm Brian Morozek. Into the swing of the high school soccer season here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Under 2 minutes to play now. Red Raiders trying to fight to get back to within one. Lucas Cooper looking for the center. Go over the back line. Last touch by the Mustangs. Another corner kick making Carl work a little bit here on the camera. Some of these tight corners here in the press box. .120 to play. Little lob back up top. Chipped out in front and then deflected out again on the backside with 1:10 to play. Again, our next soccer broadcast comes your way September the 8th, a week from Monday. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown girls here at Mustang Field, 7 o'clock start. That'll be a conference matchup between the Mustangs and the Red Raiders. Of course, football this coming Friday. Laurel Highlands on the road at Southmoreland taking on the Scotties. Uniontown will be at Bill Power Stadium taking on Brownsville. Both schools winners last night. That one rolling back to the Mustang keeper, Matthew Kamako, the freshman. 33 seconds to play. That one whistled down on the offsides. Logan Conklin getting things restarted here for Uniontown. So the Mustangs with a win will improve to 2-1 overall. The loss will drop Uniontown to 0-3, ending in both of these teams in action later on today. Laurel Highlands against Southmoreland, Uniontown against Albert Gallatin. Ball goes out of bounds here on the near side, and that'll do it. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs a 4-2 win over the Uniontown Red Raiders here this morning. This match, a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Armstrong Cable, Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, goal scorers today for Uniontown, Ethan Roebuck and Braylon Woods. For Laurel Highlands, Cole Radcliffe, Roman George, Lucas DeGia, and Jet Yager. For Jason Taylor and Carl Childs and Brian Morozak, so you can have yourselves a pleasant morning. Go Bucks! Ohio State in action against Texas at 12 noon. I'll be rooting on my alma mater. Laurel Highlands a 4-2 win over the Red Raiders here today. So long, everybody, from Mustang Field.